G'day guys, Mick here. I've been meaning to do this for a while. I have recorded one and didn't like the way it turned out, so now I'm redoing it. What this is today is a quick walk around of my 2002 NM Pajero. Give you a bit of a run through on what the car is and what I've done to it. There is another video I'll link in the description to how I've previously had it modified and just things that I haven't done. I've now made quite a few changes. So, vehicle is a 2002 Mitsubishi Pajero NM model, 3.5 litre V6 petrol. Mechanically, I've done a lot of repairs and such to it, but I've done no real modifications yet anyway. I purchased it with what was apparently a 2-inch lift in the back. From what I see, it may have been 2-inch lifted in the front too, but shocks have since sagged on it and I'll be replacing them soon. So I haven't done a lot of mechanical modifications to it. Done a bit of electrical work and changed how she looks a little bit. That's basically it. So I'll give you a walk around and give you a look at it. Okay, starting at the front of the car, we've got the NP Pajero bull bar. This actually came off an NP Exceed, so it's got the headlight washers, although they're not connected up because the washer bottles are different, and it's got fog lights. NM, NP, basically exactly the same vehicle, just a few minor modifications. So that bolted straight on. When I purchased the car, it just had the standard NM bull bar. I've got a little 6-inch XTM light on the front. I've got that pointed down just a little so that it lights up the tracks and that better when I'm driving at night. And then I've got the 42-inch XTM light bar on the roof. I have noticed pretty much from day one that gets water in it, so I'm not too impressed with that. But the light works really well, lights up everything, massive spread. The combination of the two are brilliant off-road, absolutely love them. And then with the shitty headlights, I haven't done anything with the headlights, they're the same. Communications, I've got an interchangeable 3dB or 6dB antenna. I can't remember if that was Oricom or GME. I think it may have been an Oricom one, I'm not too sure. Bash plates, I've got the standard one under the front that comes stock with the Pajeros. I've lost the sump guard. I actually wasn't on the vehicle when I bought it. I do plan to put a set of booze bash plates right through to the transfer, so it'll be the front bash, diff and transfer gearbox. From the front, that's basically it. So we'll move around the sides and onto the roof. Alrighty, side of the vehicle, not a lot done here either. The wheels came standard, or came with the car. They're actually off a Ford Ranger. I do have the Pajero alloys that I've painted two-tone black and silver. I'm just waiting to get the tyres swapped onto them. Tyres are 265 70/16s, standard Mitsubishi size. They are a J-Trax all-terrain. They're from Bob Jane, apparently based on the Bridgestone Jewelers. So even though they're only a cheap tyre, so far they seem to be lasting well, and they've been quite good off-roads. I'm really happy with them for 200 bucks a tyre. Really can't complain. Side steps again came off an NP. You can see on this one she's been bashed up already. At least it protected the sills. I was in Morrisette Ward 21 and yeah, just took the wrong line simply and came down pretty hard on there, so protected the sill, that's the main thing, and I hadn't even had them on that long. The awning is the Austrail 2x2.5. This was given to me and I'm glad it was. It's come in handy a number of times. I don't use it heaps, but it's done well so far. That sits on the three-pack of Pro Rack roof racks. They came from stupid cheap. They're nothing flash, but they do the job for me. And then I've got, I think it's a Ridge Rider, the smaller of the awnings, or the mid-sized awning. Not awning, bloody roof cage. So I'll come around to the back and I'll give you a better look at the roof cage. Okay, up into the roof. Onto the roof, I've got a rod tube. I've got a couple of small fishing rods in there with some padding. 110 watt King solar panel has only recently gone on. Small toolbox which has just got basic toolkit. Another 6-inch XTM light on the back. That's separately switched from the front, not connected to the reverse lights. And then I've got my little dodgy PVC pipe and hose clamp rod chute shovel holder. So the roof cage all works well. Everything I need's up there, so easy to access. If I get stuck or something, I can throw, or if I'm off-road, I can throw recovery straps and that up there, and if I get stuck, it's easy access. Again, that light is separately switched, not connected to my reverse. That's simply so that I can set up camp or use it if I need to when reversing. Okay, around to the rear of the vehicle. Being that I've still got the standard size tyres, I can keep my spare on the back. Get a lot of comments about the spare tyre cover. A couple of dodgy stickers, and a big thank you to the emergency services who did a brilliant job trying to fight the fires through December, January 2019, 2020. I've got the standard Heyman Reese tow bar, nothing special there. Inside the vehicle is my custom build. I've got my bed platform, drawer, fridge, slide out tables. I'll bring the camera a bit closer and give you a better look at that. Alrighty, again, so here's my custom build. I've got 2 of these slide out tables. A recent trip up into the Wattigans, as you see on my previous videos. These actually came in really handy. They worked really well, very happy with them. The Dometic CD30 fridge, currently sitting at 0.5 of a degree, so nice and cold. Focus your stupid camera. Nice and cold. Don't have an awful lot in there, but water and a couple of drinks. Little dodgy thermometer here from Bunnings to keep an eye on the temperature. My little cabinet here where I can throw my phone, cameras, things like that to charge up overnight. I've got USB charging and everything inside there. And then beneath that, this focus. And then beneath the little shelf I've got here, I've got Ctek and fuse box and things like that, where I've got USB down here where they plug in, goes through the bottom. That allows me to charge the cameras and everything else, all individually fused, and running down to my second battery. I keep the second battery is under the floor in the 3rd row seat well, and then I've got the drawer, which at the moment's not on any sort of slides. It seems to work alright actually. I don't think I need slides. Keep plenty in there, awning, food, cookers. A lot of people have mentioned about the gas canisters. To be honest, I've run temperature checks under here, and that seems to sit up to about 20 degrees cooler than what the remainder of the cab does. So even on a 40 degree day, that doesn't get over 40 degrees in temperature. Okay, all the way through I've got custom curtains. I've got the 2 back windows which are permanently closed. Slide across curtains for the front or the mid windows, and then I've got another one that's built to go behind the back seats and up on the back door. Fire extinguisher here is reinforced in behind the trim. It's going to rip the entire trim off before the fire extinguisher comes off. I've had a lot of people complain about that being a projectile if in an accident. It's got a 1.5 inch thick strip of aluminium running all the way through behind it. It's not going anywhere. Then I've got my little drop down shelf. This here was at one point a cutlery holder, but it broke off and fell apart on me. Mitsubishi come with a toolkit normally in there, and my toolkit was empty, so I threw it away anyway. Tea, coffee, sugar, all that stuff for when I go camping. This shelf will soon be replaced. In my build videos I discussed a possibility with that, and that possibility is coming true, so I'm just waiting at the moment. Okay, let's move into the cockpit of the vehicle and I'll talk about in there. Alrighty, so into the cockpit of the vehicle. Across the dash and everything, not an awful lot done. Switch down here is to turn the light bar on the roof on and off when high beams are on, so I can have it, my high beams on standard, or I can have the light bars on as well. Sony head unit, nothing flash. I love the fact that it takes USB. That's what I wanted more than anything. I've got several thousand songs on there, so I don't have to mess around doing too much. Dash wise, that's basically it. My roof console is a custom built console. There we go, custom built roof console. I've built it out of 10mm MDF. I've also got yoga mat and everything, so as you can see, it's quite padded. So in case of an accident, if I hit that, it's going to be quite padded. Custom switch box. There's another little fuse panel in behind here. So all these switches are individually fused. This is where I can control the light on the rear, my UHF. Master switch turns everything on and off. That's the interior lights, which actually turned out to be rather bright. And then this little one here is for my doors. I'm running the GME TX3100 head unit from the UHF. I purchased it as a pack with a little mini magnetic antenna, and it was working fine, but I've since upgraded the antenna. Up here I have a voltmeter, volts, amps, and a clock which is slightly out of time, and a couple of USB for the missus to charge a phone with and things like that when we're travelling. Again, everything in behind here is fused, and the main wire runs directly to my second battery. So I can leave this on and not have to worry about killing the crank battery. And there's a main fuse just off the second battery as well. So everything's individually fused and done. It's a little bit rough around the edges, but for a first attempt on this, I'm quite happy with it. And I think that's about all, to be honest. Alrighty, so that's a walk around on my 2002 NM Pajero. I do have a couple of plans for it later. I've got a set of diff breathers that I haven't installed yet, and I've got an eBay special snorkel which again hasn't been installed. They're in the garage, they'll get done eventually, hopefully soon. Next major thing for this, I'm purchasing the VMS in about a week. But the next major job that I've got for this is new suspension all round. I've had a few different prices and I'm just not sure who I'm going with at the moment. But there'll be a 2-inch lift all round in that. So they're the next major mods is snorkel, diff breathers and suspension. Favourite trip in this vehicle so far would have to be Glenbourne Dam. I did that as part of my fishing club back in 2018, or just before Christmas. It was a 2-night trip up there. I slept in the back of the car, as I've got the bed platform and everything made, and I use a 4-inch frame mattress in the back. So slept in the back of the car, did Glenbourne Dam, and that was honestly one of the nicest trips I've ever done. It was so peaceful and quiet, and the fishing was absolutely brilliant. Parked right on the water's edge, which was great. So I do plan more. I've got one planned in just over a month with my little brother. I was up in the Wattigans last weekend just for a night. So I plan to get out as much as possible now. Hopefully take the missus with me a bit. But yeah, most of my trips will be solo, and I'll be filming them and posting them up on the channel here for you guys to have a look at as well. So alrighty, I guess that's all for my walk around and what I can say about the car. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you like what you've seen in here. If you've got any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. Happy to give you the best answers I can. So if you enjoyed this, click like, subscribe, and I'll see you out on the tracks.